Scorpio, how you doing, guys? Right, I'm going to stop shuffling. I've been trying to shuffle and do your video, okay? So through this, you've had the Three of Cups kind of pop out, the Hermit, the Page of Swords. But we're going to see, so I'm going to stop speaking first and then get this out of the way and then start shuffling, okay? So, this is for your January 2019, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. There is an email in the description and there's a small price range and guideline if you would like a private reading, and it's going to be scheduled because I've got a few booked in, so I'm trying to get around to doing the rest of the monthlies and then also private readings. But if you would like one, everything's in the description, all the songs and videos that come in at the same time or afterwards. But if you're new to the channel, that's normally what happens, so please pay attention to the videos and the songs, and they will also be in the description along with everything else that's also in the description. So let's have a look. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus for January 2019. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Oh, this has happened before. We've got cards flying everywhere. So you've got the Five of Pentacles. So that's an ascension of 5. See, the Five of Pentacles could just mean it's winter. Something simple, right? But it's also kind of feeling like left out. You know, people say, oh, left out in the cold, but it's kind of feeling lonely. Someone's feeling lonely. It's been a hard Christmas without you. Okay, that kind of feeling. Who sung that? Bing Crosby, was it? Or was it Elvis? But anyway, communication. So, I'm going to have to ram this one home. The eight of universal energy of what is the most important thing ever in the world for a relationship or anything or a job, okay? But most people watch this for love, okay? But communicate. So this could mean communication coming in, but I can't see because this is kind of like, it's like pointless, right? Because there's no point on each end of it because no one's firing it, right? So it can mean that communication's not coming in, and that's why there's loneliness, right? So it could mean that communication is coming in order to stop an ascension of 5, which is pointless because it's kind of, you know, I don't get why people because it's like a losing winning battle of nothing, really. Because people in like a relationship or any kind of ship or whatever, it's, you know, if you don't communicate with people, whether you like them or whether you don't like them, or whether you've been in a relationship or whether you're not been in a relationship, and I've said this one to Virgo, you know, no answer to something is an answer, pretty much. Okay, so it's something that we all seek and that we all want. But something committed and something honest and pure, it comes from the feeling of what is created through not being guarded and blocked. It's because two people that are very honest and open with one another, okay, in a relationship, okay, or something that's good and pure, it flows through an ascension of your body of 7, okay, but your body, your feeling body, not your emotional body of your head. If this is your head, right, your head, it's there's too much communication within the head, you know, because love is just a feeling that's created by your stomach. It can make you feel sick, right? So that's obviously a real bad feeling of abandonment, okay, like abandonment. But pure honest love from people, it goes through you as an ascension of everything, even like when you're clairvoyant or you're a spiritual healer or anything. It's because it's like truth, right? Truth and honesty. It's communication. It's because it's because this is like Cupid's arrow, right? They put things together for certain reasons of pew, bang, right now. There's an opportunity. Because it's not an opportunity, but it's like it. It's kind of saying, it could have something to do with Pisces, but, and that is upside down, it shouldn't be. So it could mean being unstuck. Okay, it shouldn't be upside down. So I've lost my train of thought. But pure honest love transmutes yourself through somebody else, okay, like soulmate kind of energy. It goes through you as it does them, and it's a feeling, okay. And when it travels through you and travels through them and travels through time and metaphysics, it releases all past life regression and past of everything. Now, if communication with someone is like fucking bar and it's loads of arguing, well then that's pointless because you get nowhere. You can't fight with fight. That's why you get fight or flight. Okay. Now, when love is pure and honest, it releases it releases toxins in your body, actually, you know, quite a lot. It's communication. It's kind of like when you kiss someone stuff as well. It's kind of like very, you know, I don't want to go too far down that kind of road, right? But it's something that releases all the chakras and and everything through the body, because it releases distrust and trust. It kind of lets you know where you are on your path of someone else. So it releases the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the mind chakra, and it aligns your whole self with someone else that's whole. That's why it's universal energy of communication. When communication's blocked, that's why people kind of feel like this, you know. So let's have a look. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But you could be travelling, because this also means travelling. You could be travelling in the snow, or just like because it's Christmas time and you're travelling. Could be travelling across sea. You could have something to do with communications. You could be it could be a piss artist. But well, okay, so we've got so this is either greed or wish fulfillment. Okay. So it could mean somebody wants to communicate because they see you as their dream, as their wish. But the Nine of Cups is very difficult to know what it is, of whether it's greed, whether it's gluttony, and it's part of the 7 deadly sins. Okay, but it's a 9, so it means it means like a cry for help emotionally. Okay, but it also means that it's reaching a 10. It's one step away from a 10. It's one step away from a completion and an ending. But it's also like a cry for help. But it could also mean wish fulfillment because someone's communicating. Okay? But God, why does this keep happening? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And we've got way too many cards keep trying to come out. So we've got the Lovers, which is Gemini. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is when I was trying to shuffle off camera, Scorpio, the cards were just flying everywhere, and I don't like to take too many cards. Sometimes you can take loads of cards and it's a complete story, but when you shuffle, you kind of pick up intuitively whether they should be read or not, or whether it is just oh my God. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Please just give me a specific storyline that I can get my head around. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for January 2019. Wow, you see that come out again? So that's like that's one of those things where it's kind of like, all right, I'm here, but I'm not here. I'm not moving. I'm not speaking. I'm not saying. But I'm watching, and I'm still there, but I don't know. Are you? Are you not? Well, I don't know, because I'm not moving. Well, giddy up. Well, giddy up. Well, I don't know, I can't, because I'm stuck. Oh, are you? What is that for? Well, I don't know. You know, because you've got an ascension of communication that leads to. That's a very weird energy together, because that's wish fulfillment of. So you've got cardinal, or any sign, because it can be a fixed sign, cardinal sign, because cardinal means the beginning of nothing, really, the beginning, so meaning kind of start. And then you've got fixed sign because it's not moving, okay? or earth energy. But that's below the Nine of Cups. So that's kind of like a very strange energy to kind of for me to read. So I'm not even going to bother with that one. So let's go on. So you've got decision of the Lovers. So happiness is a choice. Okay. So wish fulfillment in some kind of aspect. But you've got, you see, this is like what I've been explaining to people on different readings, is this sometimes can be something that's missed because it's an opportunity. That's why I say that, is that you can miss an opportunity, because this card looks fucking great, right? This kind of looks like, wow, look at that coin, right? But this sometimes is something very small and mundane. But if you're not socially aware and you don't have great communication skills with yourself, or you're aware in order to notice offers that come in, you don't take them. So it's a missed opportunity. So when we were children, okay, if we were ungrateful in life for the small things, we got a backhander and told that, well, you're not going to get fucking nothing else, okay? Because we worked extremely hard in order to make and give you this gift, but you didn't appreciate it. So it was missed. So you missed an opportunity. But when you learn to accept the small things in life, and you are very appreciative for the lessons that were learned and are learned, and the things that you are about yourself, because you're stable to hold yourself up with anything that you want to create, when you notice that about yourself, okay, these opportunities become bigger then. So this could be anything in life, literally anything. Okay, someone could just offer you a $5, right? But you wouldn't think that it'd be that much. Maybe not. Okay, you might get an extra little bit of a pay rise, but if you were grateful for that, Spirit would basically notice that you're very grateful for the things that are being offered to you. Okay, something that's very grounded and stable. So then they would start to offer you more, because you have a gift of universal energy. It means that you have great communication skills and you're very open. Okay, you can't receive anything in life at all, ever, if you don't remain open, because sometimes remaining open causes pain, right? But either way, it helps us learn and grow. It grows opportunity. So what happens is that you can then receive like dharma or karma. It's like a reward for hard work and effort that you go through in life. Okay, so sometimes we relate it to, like, if things happen where communication breaks down, if that's not supposed to happen by divine, then what happens is that you receive a reward anyway for your hard work and energy and effort that they're going to offer to you. But you have to be emotionally open in order to receive it. Because if you can't receive anything, you can't give anything. And if you can't give anything, you can't receive it. So you're blocked. So it could mean a blocked communication. But then you have like the seed of intent. But this is also something that's not really moving, but it's a progression of something, but it's still kind of like, it's an intent that goes through the stomach and the feeling of communication, right? So it sets off pace. It sets the pace off. But then we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is what's throwing me off. It could have something to do with a marriage or karmic law or Taurus, or someone that wants a commitment, okay? Like, or a marriage. Someone you want to get married to or wants to get married to you. Or it could just mean karmic law. Something bad or something good. But let's have a look. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But we'll progress through the reading and we'll see where we're at. So we've got Cancer or Pisces. Cancer or Pisces. So you've got a strange mix there, because it's kind of like I'm seeing separation again. So you've got some kind of wish fulfillment with a Gemini, or wanting wish fulfillment with a Gemini. But then you've got a very slow offer that's not moving towards the Cancer or Pisces. that's some kind of mixed up bullshit, really. I can't understand. So let's have a look at the Knight of Pentacles. What's the Knight of Pentacles for? The Knight of Pentacles. Because the Knight of Pentacles is kind of like I'm hiding. Like hiding the truth, hiding my feelings, hiding my thoughts. I'm there, but I'm not there. Am I there? Am I really here? Are you there? Am I there? Where are we? That kind of feeling. Okay. So let's have a look at the Knight of Pentacles. What's the Knight of Pentacles? The Knight of Pentacles. Wow. Wow. So you've got the sun. So that's great. So you've got the sun and the moon, the dark side of the moon. So that brings things into fruition. So it gains momentum. So it's kind of like at the beginning of January, it's kind of like Christmas time, and it's kind of like a heartfelt feeling of loneliness and abandonment. Fear of abandonment is what can create toxic energy. See, we don't want that because that creates like obsession. You can't obsess over things. That's why we have release. Okay, you have to release things and you have to purge out. You have to go with the flow of life. Go with the flow. So that might be your song, Queens of the Stone Age. Go with the flow. But going with the flow of ascension means that when the communication skill, just within yourself, Scorpio, is the fact that you purge out it, because it releases endorphins and it releases toxic patterns of your past. Okay, releases patterns of your past. So it releases regression of like your past life, because this can also, because I deal a lot with past life and things, as people know. Okay, so through an ascension, we kind of realised, because I must have been a complete horrible bastard in my in my past life, because it's still unknown, right? Because you still don't really know. It doesn't matter how clairvoyant or how much people say that you know, but it's kind of a belief system, right? But karma, what goes around comes around, right? Hard work of this lifetime shows that you're deserving of a reward of, because you've dealt with so much. So through my life this time, I've kind of always been like roadkill. I've always kind of ended up being in situations of like this, right? Of like this. No matter how much I've tried and things like that, it's just never, it's just, I don't want to go too much into mine, but, you know. So basically, that was kind of me doing that to someone before in my past life. So I must have been a complete fucking... So basically, I've had to come here this time to experience it, because it's come back around in order for me to release it all. You know, for me to become a masculine and feminine, you know, to become like the person that I'm really supposed to be. Because in this lifetime now, right, if you have like a really bad karmic situation, so I would also invite you to watch sometimes like the Virgo and the Gemini reading, okay, because this is coming up in this, so watch that as well, because I explain a lot about what I teach and what I try to kind of guide people through different readings, okay, because different readings are different, and I come out with different approaches to teaching and learning of whatever the reading is, okay. So that's very important, through breaking the chain of ascension, okay, through the push and the pull and the restriction of walking towards the light, to forget the karmic part of a chain of ascension that follows one as it follows the light, okay. So through that process, it's kind of, because when you break that ascension, if you've got something extremely karmic, right, when you break that ascension this time, there won't be a next time that it happens, in my belief system. Because if you put that much energy into yourself with the great communication that you can have with yourself, open, honest, release it all, get rid of all the toxic behavior within yourself, and be completely honest about it all, right? And always remain open and honest, like I have through mine, through my other channel and things like that, right? Purge it out, get it out, make mistakes, because you learn by them, right? You learn by your mistakes. So you admit them and you learn them, but you release and you move forward constantly because it's ascension. You have to, right? We don't have to. Some people don't. They go backwards, some go forwards. That's the pull. But when you put in that great energy and effort, that's what won't happen next time if you're in something extremely karmic. It won't, because it breaks that ascension. The karmic thing goes that way. This lifetime, and you have a much better lifetime this lifetime when you reunite with the person that you're supposed to be with, okay, like Gemini, like the kind of twin of itself, like happiness is a choice, even if it's within yourself. When your vibration and vitality of life raises within yourself, and you're happy within yourself, okay, literally, then the universe notices that. It realizes that there's no more control, and that you're great on the ascension path that you're on, and then it reflects it back and gives you the person that you're supposed to be with, okay, like Gemini, okay. So what happens is it releases that, snaps the chain, and then the next life you won't have to deal with all that shit that you've been through because you've released everything now, pretty much. It depends on what you believe in, okay? But you have the overall energy of, well, it can be, of the Five of Swords. So this is one-upmanship. This is like what I'm saying, pointless. It's pointless. In this guy here, right, this guy here, he's got no eyes. Right, you can't see no pupils in his eyes. But there's two people that have pissed off in the background and said, you know what, Sid? Keep it. Because if the milk turns sour, I ain't the kind of pussy that's going to drink it. You know? Because it's pointless. It's pointless. It's like a lose-lose, winning-lose battle of like just absolute pointless of one-upmanship. It's kind of like, okay, well, if you want control, then have it. You know, kind of thing. But whether that's the overall energy or not, we don't know. So let's have a look. So what have we got? This major arcana. So you got the Sun. So anyway, we'll go back into, God knows where that went off into, but the Sun. So that's great because that's the seed of intent that gets planted and it moves forward. So the Moon. Let's have a look at the Moon. So through mine, right through. Before Christmas, I felt like I was being stuffed headfirst through a fucking Coke bottle. Like, I was suffering so much through restriction, it was unbelievable. But that was the portal, okay? So 222 on the clock, 2220. But that was to do with Vedic sidereal, okay? And that was the Gemini full moon, okay? So that was a lot of kind of like pushing you onto the path that you're supposed to be on, which is becoming more masculine and feminine. For me, like having more of the ascension path of where I'm supposed to be, like forced through a Coke bottle. You know, let's have a look at the Moon. The Moon. I don't know if you guys felt much of that. I mean, I have a Scorpio rising, right? But I definitely. I fucking definitely went through that stuff through a Coke bottle feeling, because it was the universe's way of, yeah, there you go. So becoming more stern in your way, but you have to balance this energy out. This is a leader. This is an entrepreneur. This is someone that can just cut things out that's not needed, which is the dark side of people or the dark side of themselves or the truth, the hidden truth. Okay? So it can have something to do with Cancer, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But you have Gemini here too. Okay? Or someone could be, because like the Moon, it talks about reflection. So they could be seeing, a Gemini could be seeing something to do with like this kind of energy. Okay? Or coming in with the truth. Because this is the truth. So the Moon is like hidden things, and this is the truth. But we need to clarify that too, because it's a court card. So let's have a look at the King of Wands, the King of Wands, King of Swords. What did I say? The King of Wands, King of Swords, King of Swords. What is the King of Swords here? Yeah. So hard work. What did I say? Hard work, energy, and effort. So it's some kind of reward of something, because there's like loads of hard work and energy and effort that's gone into yourself or with someone else, or someone that really wants to work on things with you. Okay, because of like an offer, a love offer, or an offer of just something. It depends, you know. That's what I'm saying. When you're aware of the small things in life, okay, the small things in life. When you're aware and you work hard on yourself, your rewards get bigger. Your rewards get bigger. Okay, so let's have a look at. There's nothing major occurring here. Let's have a look at the lovers. The lovers. So we've got So we've got a return. So you've got the six of cups. I want to run to you. Okay. So a return. Well, so this is either someone returns to take more, or this is like, because this is, people say, right, this is a life path number 7, right? 7. So this is your karma or dharma. So this is someone that runs from responsibility, okay, and they constantly run from the responsibility. And that's the Two of Swords, what they're running from, okay, being stuck, okay. So this is either like a return, because it's also a thief. So it's like a return of the sender, or it's a running away from, okay. So because it's coupled with this, it can mean two different things. Now, depending on where you are on your ascension path, okay. Now, when sometimes we get a reward, or like karma or dharma, okay. So you get a return. So you get a return of a reward, which is like the Ten of Pentacles, which is commitment, which is something, wow, I mean, this is like caring and sharing and quality, family, home life, okay, ascension of a 10. So it's a completion, a completion. But it can mean home life, caring, sharing, equality, okay? Or it can mean that someone's looking back at that and they're running towards a Gemini. They're looking back at something that was happening in the home life that was sneaky, and now they're running from that and running towards happiness. But either way, it kind of seems like it's still running towards happiness, because it's stuck in the middle with you. Stuck in the middle with you. Okay, because it's that. It's kind of like I'm running away from happiness into something that's fulfilling and happy. Okay, so it's like a return to me. This is how I would pick this up, is like a return to sender, you know. But, sorry, my phone keeps flashing and going off. But that's what that seems to me. It's kind of like the same, okay, the same, because Gemini means the same, and that kind of means the same as a 10, right? So it kind of means like you've both been trapped the same. You've both been through exactly the same. That's why the same means like the same. So, and 10 kind of means like a completion and also an ending of the same, because a 10 is the beginning of an end, and an end is the beginning of the same, okay? So it's kind of like I've been through exactly the same as what you've been through, and let's go through the same thing together, in the same way, and do the same to create that. It's kind of like, how many times can you say same? Because you have like a soulmate energy reflection, so it can mean something to do with children, can mean the soulmate, can mean a reflection of something from the past, and that's why it wants to return. It can mean something to do with emotions, feelings, a reflection of something that happened in the past, or family that wants to be created, okay? But, let's see. So, I don't know much else that I can really do for you, Scorpio, because this looks like a brilliant reading, really. The Ace of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. So, option, choice, decision. So, this is like what I was saying about Ketu Rahu, and also option, decision, and choice. This is like a lot of work, hard work done through darkness, being, like I say, purged out, released. Released, you have to release, okay? What is love? It's just a feeling. If it's empty, refillable, okay? There's stuff I can't remember it now, it's on my journal, okay? But the thing that you always pick is yourself, okay, which is the middle one, okay. So it's release and it's purging out. But we'll clarify that, because that's, or someone could be wanting to choose you because that's an offer. Let's have a look. 7. So we've got good work because we've got you've got 2 7s. You've got 1 ending and beginning, but that's good. 7, because it's kind of luck, right? Luck. 7s mean kind of lucky number 7, right? But it's an ascension of yourself. So through separation and avoidance, you find the clarity within yourself. Okay, separation and avoidance of what I've gone through plenty of times with this. Okay, so it's kind of like separation between family, or kind of just separated, but it's kind of still equality because it's still caring and sharing. It's kind of like half and half of like what Gemini is. So it's kind of like happiness is a choice and it's an offer. So could you please clarify the 7 of Cups? 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Too many. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, please, Spirit. 7 of Cups. So you got the Queen of Cups. Wow. So someone's in love. That's kind of like, you know, feelings and emotions. That's not the king, that's the queen. So that's kind of really going deep introspection of feelings and yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we'll crack on. So I'm just trying to come up with a story. It's kind of weird, but it's just kind of like, you know, unless there's loads of pain and torment, I can't help people. But there just don't seem to be anything that I can kind of help people with, like in how I normally do things. But let's have a look at the Page of Pentacles just for a laugh. Well, not for a laugh, but just for try and make this a little bit longer. Page of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So that's what I'm saying, happiness is a choice, and then you've got the choice of decision, which is like the 7. And that's like love. So that's either self-love, reflection of yourself within your feelings, within yourself, of purging out, release of your feelings of the past, which is the Ketu Rahu, which is the also North and South node of karma and dharma. It's a reward of such hard work and energy and effort done. So you're becoming more grounded and stable within your emotions. This is where you can become most creative within that kind of field of a reflection of 7, because when you become in alignment with your feelings and your emotions and stuff like that, especially if you're a water sign, okay, I mean, for me being Pisces, that's where I come up with the most of my clarity and my vision of work when I write or anything like that. It's because you live in that state of mind, illusional kind of mind, that you have to be creative, right? You have to, because love is a feeling and it's universal of what everybody wants, but they just don't know how to get it. Some people don't know how to be in a relationship and they don't know how to get out of one, so they become stuck. Okay, so then when some people that they can truly, honestly, and whatnot express that, like a Pisces can, or it fucking really don't matter, because people's star signs are completely all over the place. I know different star signs that are kind of like aloof and God knows what else. Okay. But this is where you come up with the most amount of clarity in this kind of thing, you know, for a water sign as well. You know, you can do if you're very creative, because that's where we inner reflect through this kind of energy of what this is. This is kind of like the illusional state, you know, when we go into that and we go into the dark side and the vision of what's held within past life. We kind of reflect a vision of what we can really create ourselves, you know, the creation of things. Okay, that is where you come up with a whole way of mirrors through the darkness of what you travel through within time, right? Time is metaphysics. It's time. It's an illusion. It's metaphysics. It's just something that ticks on the hands of a clock of what you follow, a protocol of everybody else. But if we didn't actually have a clock that was on a wall or an alarm, what would you have to use? your intuition, right? So it tells you more about yourself in time. So then what happens is that you have a reflection of the world. So you complete world cycles like mirror, mirror on the wall. Okay, who's the fairest of them all? So, but it's kind of like ending a world cycle, pattern of. But I wasn't really clarifying anything. I was just talking. But the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. But that could have been with Queen. What I was, yeah. So forward movement, passion. So we've got another 7. So that's 3 7s on the board already. But that's the Chariot. So that's Cancer. But that is like the 2 Sphinxes, kind of soulmate energy. But that is very fire and passionate driven. So that speeds up the momentum of the seed of intent that's planted within the stomach. What I normally say to people, love is just a feeling. It's created by the darkness. And it was a song. But it's the perpetuation of dark and light that pulls us and restricts us down, okay, as a universal energy of the great sacrifice. But it starts off through the intent of the feeling of the gut. The communication opens up, and I told you about that before. Forward movement, passion and vision. It starts to speed up, gains momentum through the sun because it shines over everything that's dark and it starts to bloom, okay. It can be something to do with children or anything like that, but that's the Garden of Eden in the back there because it's sunflower seeds. So the seeds get planted in that vision, okay, and then the sun shines over it and it creates more of a momentum of well, what we went through here, okay. So then you get the stable home life, the twin flame thing, or the soulmate, or something happy, committed, marriage, firm, creator, builder, you know, anything like that. Let's have a look at the 9 of cups, the 9 of cups, the 9 of cups, the 9 of cups, 9 of cups, 9 of cups, 9 of cups. So that is balancing out emotions, becoming more stable and grounded within the emotions of what we were saying through this universal energy. So you've still got the infinity sign, but that's communication, or that's kind of like entrepreneurship, or that's kind of travel. But that's communication could come in that you like, okay, or communication that's needed, because that's communication. So it looks quite good, to be honest with you. And then you've got like the Empress underneath. But we'll leave it at that because I'm kind of getting lost because there's nothing to really help you with, Scorpio. I think you kind of really know where you are. But we'll leave it at that. That is your January, okay? I'm going to do some weeklies and whatnot through the month, okay? But please check out your Sun, Moon and Rising. There are other signs up, okay? But everything will be in the description. All right, guys, cheers, peace, bye.